Hey guys, and welcome to your daily mobility flow. Today's episode is all about your hips and low back. A lot of people think it takes a lot of time and a lot of complication to get more flexible, and that's just really not true. Simplicity and consistency are king and queen, and we're going to start with a pigeon. So 1 foot out in front, knee out in front. We're going to bend that knee about 90 degrees, and then we're going to try to square your chest up towards that knee. You should feel the stretch on the outside of your glute. We're going to take our time today. We're going to spend a good 90 seconds on all of our stretches today, and we're just going to hold them. So get your pigeon, let's get to it. All right, let's go ahead and change sides. Switch. I'm all for flowing, hence, mobility flow and working through different positions. But at the end of the day, sometimes when you want to make big changes in big muscles, you need big time. You just got to sit in that stretch long enough for the muscle to relax. And we're talking about your glutes in this case. It's the biggest muscle in your body. So it probably needs some of the most time and attention as any muscle. And given that it sits right underneath your low back, if it gets weak or tight, you're probably asking for issues. So take care of your butts, people. Take care of it. All right, we're going crisscross. So fold your legs in front, and we're going to lean forward. This is going to move from the kind of glute med, glute max, glute med into the more piriformis. Still a little bit of glute med, but a little bit more piriformis upper in the hip. We're just going to lean forward. So think about this. It's really still, our legs are folded in front of our body. We're just folding both of them at the same time. So we're still getting into those outside corners of your hips, and let's just lean forward. We're going to hang out here on both legs for about a minute per side. All right, let's flip your legs. Same stretch, but opposite underneath, opposite over top, and we're leaning forward. This side always feels so awkward. You just like grow up doing it one way all the time. Switching your legs feels so weird to me. All right, go ahead and relax. And we're gonna flip into a half kneeling position. And we're gonna go with the other side of the hip, the fronts. So we're going one knee down, one foot up. You're gonna grab that foot in your back leg, and we're gonna drop the hips forward and then add tension at the knee. So we did kind of like back and outside of the hip. Now we're going front and inside. So as hip flexor quadriceps. You can also prop your foot up on something behind you, like a couch or a couple pillows or the wall, to do this stretch instead of having to hold onto your hand. Instead of trying to use your hand to hold onto your foot, I mean. All right, we're gonna drop that foot now, roll the inside of your knee to the ground, and we're gonna drive your hips forward. Well, forward as in towards your front foot, hips in, and we're gonna stretch out groin or an adductors. All right, let's go ahead and change sides. We're gonna flip around, plant the opposite knee, foot into the hand, hips forward, and lean in. This side is so much tighter today. I could kind of feel it when I was working out earlier. This left hip knotted up on me. All right, drop your foot, turn the leg in. This one always feels so, drunk lizardy. All right, and rest. To finish this out, we're hitting both hamstrings, so I'm gonna drop my knee back to the first side, sit back on my foot, and we're gonna lean in and hit both hamstrings. Well, I'm gonna hit left hamstring first, then we'll go to right side. You can kind of play around with how straight your knee is to find a different stretch. So like knee's all the way straight here, I'm leaning in. I'm getting a more low hamstring. If I let that knee bend a little bit and drop my chest down and get a little higher hamstring. So you can kind of toy with some of these positions and find where you need it most. Switch sides. All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is your daily mobility flow, hip edition. So we basically just worked our way around the entirety of the hip, a little bit of quad, a little bit of hamstring, just because they both act on the hip in different ways. But yeah, that's what we had for today. Little hips. We'll hit a little upper body later this week, and that's all, really. I'll talk to you guys in a few days. Later.